Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Valheim. In this video, folks, I'm going to show you a couple of really useful tips and tricks. So if you see these markers, like where you see these like boat-like, ship-like structure with stones marked around, here you will find treasure. Now, of course, this has been shown in other videos, but what they haven't shown you is that you don't need to dig up the whole area. What you need to do is you need to start at one end, dig up one end. If you don't find something in it, go to the other end. There's very rarely anything to find in the center of it. So always find one end, dig that up. If there's nothing there, move to the other end. This is useful because it will save you durability on your pick. So I'm only going to go a couple of couple of digs further. No point in doing that. Over here, basically, if you are in the water and if you start floating about, there's no point in trying to dig any deeper because there won't be anything there. So I'm just digging both ends up, and one of the ends will have the chest. Now, this seems to be a reoccurring thing with all of these boat graveyards or whatever you want to call them. I don't know really what they are. There you go. There is the chest. So as you see right there, in the chest you will find treasures. You'll find all sorts of things that you can pick up and loot. Now if you dig further, which is what I'm going to do for illustration purposes, you may find some other bits and pieces of loot. Normally they will tend to be skeletal remains, which you can pick up, but there's no point in wasting the durability of your pickaxe for just skeletal remains. You will get these from dungeons. So I can continue digging this out, but all I'll find is skeletal remains. So here we have another one. It is a bit dark and I do apologize for that. This is one end. So basically you just want to dig out the tips of these graveyards. You don't really want to spend time digging out the center of it. There is the chest in it. I found some rubies, got some pearls, got a necklace as well. So that's pretty much how it works. Now, just for illustration purposes, because I've already found the chest, technically I don't really need to dig up anymore. I got what I wanted. However, I will dig up the other end just to show you that there is nothing there. And normally, as far as I've seen, there tends to be just one chest in these specific sort of locations. It would be nice if there was a varying amount of chests, but one seems to be the standard, one seems to be the norm. So I'll just go and dig this up right here. This is the other end. So I'll get my pickaxe out, we'll do a little digging, and I might potentially find some skeletal remains, but as I said, they aren't all that useful. You don't really get that much, and I don't think it really is a good thing to get compared to the durability of the pickaxe, which is important if you're exploring. Now, the other tip I want to show you is when you are exploring the area, you will come across structures like this. So these are abandoned houses, and in them you will find two things. You will either find a chest, or you will find a chest and a bee's nest, or sometimes there's absolutely nothing. There is also a good reason, or that gives us a good reason to go and explore. If you find the beehives, you want to shoot them down with an arrow, wait for the bees to go away, and you will most often get honey and of course a queen bee. Now, I say most often get honey because sometimes, depending on the structure, the honey will be on the roof of the building. But if you get the queen bee, you don't really need to bother with the honey because you can place down your own beehive at your own base. And as you can see right there, it's right on top of the building. I can't get to it no matter what I try. I could probably destroy it, but there's no point in basically breaking my things trying to get one bit of honey when I can actually place down a beehive. So here we have another structure. This one, as you can see, has both of them. So there is a chest. There's also, of course, a beehive. So I will loot all the things that I want from here. Of course, the arrows are very important, more important than rocks. I've got some flint with me, so I'll pick that up as well. However, I'm also going to take the beehive down, and with that, I will get another queen bee. So that means I can place down two beehives. So that means I double the amount of product that I can make at home or my own base. And honey, of course, is a healing food early on, which is quite useful, especially when you start out in the game. It does offer the best type of healing when starting out. Later on, there will be other types of foods. So also to note here, if you see these pine trees, that means you are close to the black forest, and if you're not prepared, the Black Forest can be a dangerous area. You can see in the upper right corner where the minimap is, it tells me the location of the area that I'm in. So I am in the meadows or in the Black Forest. Keep that in mind. So that is a bonus tip right there. I mean, most people will already know that, but it is a good thing to keep an eye on, because obviously if you're not prepared and you go into the Black Forest, it's going to be a difficult time. Next up, we're going to talk about the fireplace. Now, if you have a fireplace and you don't have a chimney like I do, you will have smoke in your building. Now, if the building is not tall enough, or you don't have any venting in it, of course, it will kill you. It will do damage over time. So what I've done here is I've placed walls all the way around the campfire and going all the way up, so I've gone too tall. What I've done is then I placed another wall on one side and a roof going down to the other, so that acts as a shield from the rain. Do bear in mind that the rain will put the fire out, so you don't want that to happen. So when it rains, it is useful to do this. Also, the roof protects the building from taking damage from the storms, so very important there. Now, as you can see, the smoke is going all out. I don't have smoke on my roof, so that is a very important tip. Next up, we're talking about storage. Now, you will have the chests, and they are useful for storing things. However, there is a slight problem with them. There's not a lot of storage space in them, so you'll have to craft a lot of chests. So let's talk about space management. If we get this little tile right here, this little piece, and we place it just above the chest that I have placed down on the floor, I can then place some more chests. Now, of course, if you don't like the tiles, which I don't see why you wouldn't, but on the principle that you don't like them, you can demolish them and the chest will generally float. However, this is a good method for organizing your chest so that you can have loads of storage space. So I would normally do this on a wall that is a dead space. Sometimes it is a bit fiddly, as you can see right here. However, all we need to do is have a bit of patience and maybe move around sometimes like this. And here we go. So now we can place some more chests down. That, of course, expands our storage space, and so we can store multiple things in our base. Now, I was telling you before, I can, of course, demolish the little tile pieces that I have placed down if I don't like them, and I'm just going to demonstrate that here. And when I do that, of course, the chest will remain floating. That is, of course, if you don't like it. I personally don't, or it doesn't bother me whatsoever, but I will demonstrate that once I can put this chest up here. Sometimes we just need to reposition, so let's do that. See which angle it likes it from, and we do it like so, and there we go. Now, I don't like those underneath, those little tile pieces underneath the chest, so let me demolish them, and I'll show you that the chest, I'm just gonna pick the hammer because I want to showcase this. There we go. Take that down. I'm gonna take that down as well. And as you can see, we now have floating chests. So this is a good way to expand your storage area. As I said, the chests don't really have that much storage space in them anyway, so you will have to have loads of these scattered about your base, and this is probably the best way of managing your storage space. So I'll put these back because I personally like them. For some odd reason, it really does bug me if I see the chests floating. And the final tip that I have for you is, if you want to take a screenshot, all you have to do is press the Control and F3 key, and all of your HUD will be removed, allowing you to take screenshots of whatever you want to take a screenshot of. So as you can see, I can look at anything, anywhere. Of course, I can zoom in and zoom out on my character. This is a good thing to know if you want to take screenshots to share with your friends, or if you are, like in my case, where you want to make videos and you want a screenshot for a thumbnail. It is a good thing to keep in mind, and it's good that this game has it. With that being said and done, that is pretty much it for this video with the tips. If you want to see more content like this for Valheim and other games, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content, as I don't just cover Valheim, I do cover other games that you may potentially play. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.